Welcome back. Day 2 disassembly, getting this thing ready for paint. A couple more things I want to do just to get it ready. Main thing I'm going to focus on today is door panel removal, side mirror removal, and exterior door handle removal. I'm going to just show you all the screws, everything you need to pretty much take the door panel off. I have to access the mirror from the inside, so I want to take that off. You can tell on this car, when last time it was painted, the rubber grommet that goes from the mirror to the door is red, like no one took it off before, so I want to make sure I take that off. Also the trim that runs along the top of the glass, I believe that's actually riveted in, so we have to drill that out, but we're going to work on that today. So I'm going to just jump in right now and start unscrewing the door panel.
We now have our D.I.Y Cat Delete pipes back in stock. Also, we now have our test pipes that bolt directly in for 82 to 85 Corvette, including the hardware and the gaskets. So check it out. The link is in the description, or visit etwisbowen.com.
So this is what I'm talking about. If you look up in here, there's a rubber grommet here. So the last person that painted it just left the mirrors on and painted over it. That's why it's important to take this off, because just that little bit of detail there, it just makes it look kind of just cheap. Someone rushed it. So I'm going to take that off. Also, underneath the door handle too, it's all red in here. So it wasn't either taped off that good. So just little details like that just makes a big difference. Okay, all you really need is a Phillips head screwdriver for this, and maybe a flathead to kind of pry around certain areas. So there is a Phillips head back here. There's a bunch of them that run underneath here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one up there. And then speaker grill, there's 4 there. There should be one here, here, one back there. This is an 85 car. And then 1, 2 right there. Okay, now that I got all the screws out, I'm going to kind of lift it up and slide it forward to clear the door handle here. So now that this is off the panel, there are going to be a couple wire connectors back here, which I'll show you in a second. You want to disconnect those. Make sure you disconnect your battery too while you're doing this. Okay, so you have in the back here, that connector, this connector here, and then one right back here. All right, now I'm gonna peel off all this plastic. Okay, so I rolled my window down here just to access this top piece of trim here. So I just want to show you, obviously this weather stripping is shot completely. There's a 7mm there we're going to take off, and one there to access that rivet there. We're going to drill that one out. And then there's another one right there. And same thing here with this piece of weather strip. 7mm here, 7mm here. Peel this out of the way. And then back there is our other rivet. Once they're drilled out, as you can see right in here, are the 11mm nuts, or 7/16 nuts on the side mirror, which you access from down in here like this. So this is really kind of stuck on here, so I'm just going to kind of pull it out of the way a little bit, and then I'm just going to drill this rivet out here. So I have like a 7/32 drill bit here, and we're mainly just drilling the head out of the rivet. Like that, and then we'll be able to just push the remaining piece through the other side. Now we can just peel this thing back here like this. Just wiggle it a little bit. Be gentle with it though, because it's kind of flexible and can change the shape here. I am going to loosen these top bolts here that are guides for the glass. One here, and there's one right here, just to bring the glass in a little bit so I can pull this up. Okay, so I was going to try to reuse this piece of trim. As you can see, I'm not going to be able to. These clips in the back, you have to almost pry it up like that, and what happens is it just gets really distorted because it's very thin metal, so it just bends a lot. So if you try to put this back, it would look like crap. So that's probably something I'm gonna have to buy new now, but you're pretty much gonna pry, once those rivets are out, you're gonna pry upwards to get it out. It's a little tricky here with the glass, and unless you can take the glass out to try to take your time and salvage this, you may just have to replace this piece. Okay, now I'm gonna take the mirror off, which is the two 11mm or 7/16 bolts here, and the harness is kind of tucked up in the back here, but I'm gonna loosen it and then pull up on the harness and disconnect it. So these two here are the mirror connectors, so I disconnected those. And there are little push pins that are in this little hole here that I push through. And I'm gonna try to, if you look down in there, there's this one I'm wiggling here, and that goes all the way around and is tucked up in here like that. And that's the mirror harness. So I'm gonna try to use some long flat heads and just kind of push this through, because it's kind of on top of the other harness, to see if I can pull it out that way. Okay, so I fished the harness out. So I just wanted to kind of show you what you're gonna be looking at. It's really hard to tell inside the door. This thing is wrapped up around, and then there's another harness that's in here that this kind of goes up and under, and there's these two little clips. There's one that goes here where the connectors go that you can push through on this side, but this back side here, you can't access this clip thing, so I just took a long screwdriver and I popped it out, and then I just fished this through and out like that. And now I can pull this the rest of the way out. So the mirror's off, the trim's off. So what I decided to do is just leave the handle in for right now. There's just like two, what looks like 10mm nuts on the back of it. I'm gonna have to get in and out of this thing probably like a bunch, and I wanna keep the window up when I'm sanding it, and I'm gonna move it around. So with the handle off, it's gonna be hard to get in and out. So for right now, I'm just gonna leave it on, and I'll take that off probably right before I paint it. All right, now I'm gonna do the same thing with the passenger door. All right, this time when I drill out these rivets, I'm gonna use a little shop vac here just to keep the shavings from falling down on the door. I want to show you what the back of the door handle looks like. You can see the two 10mm nuts, and then there's a wiring harness there, and then there's the lock rod, and there's another one to the right of that as well that you have to release those two to get that out. All right, so that's pretty much it for the door disassembly as far as getting the mirror off. Unfortunately, I'm gonna wait on the door handles because, like I said, I'm gonna have to open and shut them a bunch, taping off the door jambs and stuff like that. So I'll probably wait till the last minute before I pop those off. Other than that, door panel removal, side mirror removal, and that top trim piece too. And luckily I did look up online, you can get not only just that exterior window trim, but you can buy that with the inside trim too that goes along the door panel. I think the set for both sides is like $75, $80, which I'm gonna have to purchase anyway just to put new ones back on there. So if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.